Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 10th to the 16th of February 2020. We come into the week on the back of a full moon in Leo. And this is really quite a signature full moon to begin the year. Leo is the 5th sign of the zodiac, and it's all about confidence and shining our light and amplifying, taking up our space and coming from the central fire. So this week is really permeated with our desires, our dreams, going back to our childhood to see what we've left behind along the way, and to reconnect with the creativity, the wonder, the awe, the joy and the simplicity of life, to feel our heart's desire, to send it out and to allow the magic to flow once more. So really warm and welcoming golden full moon in Leo begins the week. We are in the month of Aquarius, and on Monday there's a feeling of going back to what was always pure and true, to come from there with a sense of perspective, because as we go along in a linear fashion, or perceiving in a linear fashion, things get more and more complicated. But as an example, in Britain there were originally only 2 laws: no harm and no loss. Aquarius always looks back to find the eternal truth and the simplicity before stepping forwards. That's why it's represented by the star card in tarot, with 1 foot on the land and 1 foot in the water, bridging the old and the new. And at this time of year we're bridging from Capricorn to the spring equinox. What have we done in the past? What was solid? What was restrictive? What do we need to let go of in order that we get ready to refresh at the spring equinox? So coming from this vantage point, we could have a look at all the laws and the power systems and the legal systems and how much power they've gained over the centuries. And in order to reclaim our sovereignty, which is really what we're here for at this time, we must be fully self-aware and self-governing. So giving our power over to inflated and corrupted systems is no longer excusable. We need to pull everything back in, be self-aware, be conscious, be self-governing, and see from the simpler perspective where we can actually go back to the core and start building again, which was 2019 in a nutshell, back to the framework that supports us, but getting rid of the boxes that limit us. And from that vantage point, we're stronger and more centred. Because by Tuesday the sun passes over 22 degrees of Aquarius, and Aquarius is the 11th sign of the zodiac. So these numbers are the numbers of the master builder, 22, and the illuminated one, 11. So again, when we light a fire at the heart of what we're building, connect with that inner light, this is a returning home to self. It's been a very long journey. With many of our plans and goals, we're taught to perceive that we're reaching outwards, we're processing along a trajectory, but the only way really is inwards, back to self, back home. So have a look at what you're building, have a look at the light inside, centre on that light, and then build outwards from there. Mars is preparing to leave Sagittarius, but before he does, it's worth realising the fullness of what the recent Ground conjunction in January is bringing. It's a whole new way of being. So before Mars moves into Capricorn, and we're putting all that vital life force energy into construction and productivity, it's worth realising, don't fall back into the old modality of hard work and struggle. You need to let that go now and allow a lightness to permeate our daily decisions and to expect the best. So by Wednesday, Thursday, what can you do to leave density in the past? It's time to do it now, before Mars moves into Capricorn, so we don't fall back into the old ways of difficulty and struggle and hard work. It's time to draw a line in the sand and to make our own declaration of independence. And in order to balance, it's really important that we value our free time, our talents, our gratitudes, and we celebrate them, because we're very much living in a world where work is put first. You even see adverts on television where some powerful tablet can get you back to work when you've got a cold. And that's madness. If you've got a cold, your body's saying to slow down, to rest up, not just pop a pill and go straight back into the workplace. So prioritising gratitude and joy, a reverence for life, and just celebrate what you have. and bring that back into balance is where we'll be at on Friday. And by the weekend, Mars moves into Capricorn, making a triangle, a harmonic to Uranus. So for me, this is take your passion and make it happen. Now that we've centered, now that we're focused, now that we're powered up, this is an unstoppable force. It needs to be a force that works for you, not outwards, just producing for other people or for the sake of it. But also, as we go into next week, on Monday we have Mercury retrograde in Pisces. As we know, Mercury retrograde is written about very badly, but it's a chance for us to change our perception. And in Pisces, it's a chance for us to feel into the 95% world beyond the five senses. So tuning our mind into the greater world, getting out of the limiting mind, sensing, feeling, immersing ourselves in the bigger picture, intuition, imagination, and where we really create from. This is going to be the signature of Mercury retrograde in Pisces over the next few weeks, allowing us to escape from the mundane and to reconnect with the all. So we've seen the first journey of Mercury and Pisces up until the 17th. Anything that's come up for awareness over the last couple of weeks is now what will be recalibrated. Anything that's out of line or would have led us to the wrong place is now going to be brought back into focus so that subtle changes can be made. So try not to fall into the negativity and fear of Mercury retrograde, but embrace your power to change your mind, to tune in more deeply, and to make the necessary changes in order that you'll be in pure alignment when Mercury goes forward. So a very warm and golden week lit up by the full moon in Leo, preparing for Mercury retrograde in Pisces, allowing us to start working with and applying the changes that happened at the grand conjunction of Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn, and with the Sun in Aquarius passing over the 22-degree mark, embodying and being and sending out those vibrations to create our world in alignment with us, our true selves, and to contribute to the changes, the very positive changes that are going on in the world. That's the general energy for this week. If you'd like to connect with me, I am available one-to-one, in person or online, for all manner of things from soul astrology, mental emotional counselling and coaching, physical personal training, and energy body work. So a very holistic system there. Both can be done in person or across the internet, as this is a time to really draw a line in the sand, let the past be the past. But as it's still in our energy body, as we need to change and get rid of habits and let go and lighten up, then this is really the time to be able to centre, release, and step forwards in our lightest, brightest vibration. So if you're interested in that, please do contact me, zoehines7@gmail.com. My daily writings are astrozo.com website, Facebook @astrozo, Instagram @zoehines7, and these videos and more are available Zoe Astro on YouTube. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week.